Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Florida's election recount is chugging along as more irregularities are uncovered, and a judge asked the warring sides to ramp down the rhetoric, saying it erodes public confidence in the election for Senate and governor. One county revealed Monday that it had allowed some hurricane-displaced voters to cast their ballots by email, a violation of state law. Another had to restart its recount after getting about a quarter finished because someone forgot to push a button. And in oft-criticized Broward County, additional sheriff's deputies were sent to guard ballots and voting machines, even though a judge said no Republican who has publicly alleged fraud in the county's process, a list that includes President Donald Trump and Gov. Rick Scott, has presented any evidence to law enforcement. An honest vote count is no longer possible in Florida, Trump declared Monday, without elaborating. He demanded that the election night results, which showed the Republicans leading based upon incomplete ballot counts, be used to determine the winner. Trump went on to allege that new ballots showed up out of nowhere, and many ballots are missing or forged, and that ballots are massively infected. It was unclear what he was referring to. State law requires a machine recount in races where the margin is less than 0.5 percentage points. In the Senate race, Scott's lead over incumbent Democrat Bill Nelson was 0.14 percentage points. In the governor's contests, unofficial results showed Republican former Rep. Ron DeSantis ahead of Democratic Tallahassee Mayor Andrew Gillum by 0.41 percentage points. Once the recount is complete, if the differences in any of the races are 0.25 percentage points or less, a hand recount will be ordered. All 67 counties face a state-ordered deadline of Thursday to finish their recounts. Trump's comments came just hours before Broward Chief Circuit Judge Jack Tudor held an emergency hearing on a request by Scott's lawyers that deputies be put in charge of ballots and voting machines that aren't being used until the recount is over. An attorney for election supervisor Brenda Snipes described layers of security, including keycard and password access to rooms where ballots are kept, secured by deputies and monitored by security cameras and representatives of both campaigns and parties. Scott's lawyers had alleged in court documents that Snipes was engaging in suspect and unlawful vote counting practices that violate state law, and that she might destroy evidence of any errors, accidents, or unlawful conduct. The judge said he could see no evidence of any violations, and said, "I am urging, because of the highly public nature of this case, to ramp down the rhetoric. If someone in this lawsuit or someone in this county has evidence of voter fraud or irregularities at the supervisor's office, they should report it to their local law enforcement officer," Tudor said. If the lawyers are aware of it, they should swear out an affidavit, but everything the lawyers are saying out there in front of the elections office is being beamed all over the country. We need to be careful of what we say. Words mean things these days. President Donald Trump welcomes Florida Governor and U.S. senatorial candidate Rick Scott at a campaign rally at the Pensacola International Airport on November 3, 2018 in Pensacola, Florida. Getty Images. Mark Walheiser. Scott's motion was supported by lawyers representing the state Republican Party and opposed by Snipes' office, Nelson's campaign, and the state Democratic Party. After Tudor told all sides to meet to discuss a compromise, they agreed to add 3 deputies to the elections office. Meanwhile, elections supervisor Mark Anderson in heavily Republican Bay County told the Miami Herald on Monday that he allowed about 150 people to cast ballots by email, which is illegal under state law. The county was devastated by a Category 4 hurricane in October, and Scott ordered some special provisions for early voting there. Medina County, south of Tampa Bay, had to restart its recount Monday because a needed button on the machine wasn't pushed. The error was caught after about a quarter of the county's nearly 165,000 votes had been recounted, said Michael Bennett, the county's Republican election supervisor. It shouldn't affect the county's ability to meet Thursday's deadline.